All right, what's up, guys? We're back this week. I know it's Sunday. I said we'd be here Monday, but we
It'll
kind
probably
of
be posted on
had a
Monday.
little time constraint, so we're going to be doing this on Sunday. It's going to be a shorter episode, but we have Dallas here. Um, he's going to be
Hello.
doing the John Morant debate with me later on. Um,
One of our viewers getting to join
oh
in
yeah,
on an episode. So if any of
Yep.
you guys want to join in on an episode, let us know and we'll try to get you in.
yeah, for sure. But I think we need to start with some news here. First, Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama cheated in the skills challenge last night. So the
Cheaters.
rules are you have to take three shot attempts, or well, you if you make it, you get to move on. But you have to take three shot attempts, three legitimate shot attempts, and they just picked the balls up and started throwing them at the ground. And their time was like 40 seconds faster than everybody else's, but they got DQ'd, and they were arguing it for a solid 30 minutes.
It's just that was so silly. Like I mean, the rules were kind of stupid. They should have been you have to make at least one. Like they don't need to make a minimum shot attempts or whatever. It's just like it should be minimum makes.
It is. It's like if
I
you
just
make
thought it
one,
was
you're
funny.
good, but you have to attempt at least three until you make it.
Oh,
So if you like
I
make
don't know.
your first
Those
one, you're
rules are
good. If you make your
weird.
second one, you're good. But if you go to three and you miss all three, then you're good. But you have to at least attempt a legitimate shot.
That
It
was
was so
definitely
funny.
Paul's idea.
Yeah,
Everybody was
came
saying
up and
that.
No,
just
Wimby said
talk.
it was his idea.
That's funny.
But
Picking up and just chucking them.
yeah, I honestly thought they could have won it because Chris Paul's a pretty fast guy, and Wimby covers so much ground with his steps. Like
Yeah.
I expected them to do very well with that.
I mean,
Um,
his athletic ability is crazy with how big he is.
but Arkansas is one game out of contention of the NCAA tournament after yet another SEC loss yesterday. If they
Yeah, I
lose
saw
another,
Well,
Calipari was pretty upset about
they're
that.
yeah,
done.
if
They're
they
done.
lose another game or they don't win the SEC championship, they're out of the NCAA tournament.
Mm,
I I think
which
this is it. I think this is it for Arkansas. I think they're done.
hope so.
I think they're done.
Chalk it up.
Because they were just, I mean, that win against us was just a fluke win. I mean, they've had their best game of the year against us.
Oh yeah,
Everybody has their best game of the year against us.
literally everybody.
Every
Texas
season.
had their game of the year last night.
Yeah, Texas last night. Jeez. Like we stopped like the last 3 minutes of the game. We just completely threw. It was just disgusting.
That's every game, no matter if we're winning by 20 or if we're down by 20. We throw the last 3 minutes every game.
Yeah.
Gotta learn how to close out. Gotta learn how to finish those games.
Yeah, but
And
Stephon
Calipari's definitely
Castle. Oh,
struggled.
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say Calipari's definitely struggled, and it's been a surprise. I mean, I guess in a way. Kind of
Um,
thought he would definitely be in the NCAA tournament, but it's nice to see him out, hopefully.
maybe they fire him after year one.
That would be wild. How much they
One
paid
and
for him?
done. All right, no way.
Stephon Castle's running away with it. NBA Rookie of the Year award, and especially after last night or maybe Friday night, he just dominated the Rising Stars tournament. Uh, and he was already the front runner by an insane amount, but now he's just even further ahead.
What was his
We'll
like
see about that. We'll
totals?
see about that.
What are you thinking,
We'll
Zach?
see.
Zach Edey? You thinking about Zach Edey?
No, not Zach Eady. Not Zach Eady. Well, Zach Eady is having a good year. Jalen Wells deserves to be Rookie
Yeah,
of the Year.
and I
Second round pick coming in and balling like he is, Jalen Wells. I know I'm a Memphis fan, obviously biased, but if you look at him and you watch him play, he's cooking out there. He
I was
really
Who
a
is.
does Wells
I
play
was a
for?
big Jared McCain advocate until he got hurt and he's out for the season. I thought he was gonna get it, but he got hurt, and then I legitimately thought preseason that Dalton Connect had it, but he just hasn't been given the opportunities to play as much as other guys have.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he did good in the what was it, the Rising Stars game or something? I saw he was balling out. I mean, definitely got talent there.
yeah.
Macklin
We'll see.
McClung three-peats in his so said final dunk contest. He's been in three,
Dunking
he's
over the
won three, and he
car.
says he's done.
I think he's coming back.
I mean, he
Bro
just
pulled
I
out
dominated
bro
every
agree.
pulled
year.
out the car dunk in the first round.
Yeah, that was crazy in the first round. I don't
Statement
think anybody
made.
expected that so early. Yeah, I mean, it was clean too. I mean, that was more. Who did the other car dunk? Who was the other car dunk?
Like previously,
Yeah,
Blake Griffin.
yeah, and his was only over the hood. This was
Yeah, Mac
over like
McClung went over the sunroof.
yeah, he went over like the peak, the like highest point of the car. That was really impressive.
I don't know why, but I thought the guy that was sitting on the inside, and it couldn't have been because that guy was a lot smaller, but I thought it was Donovan Clingan, and I was like, "There's no way that's Donovan Clingan."
Been crazy.
Then he dunked 2 balls at once.
Yeah, he dunks two balls
Oh
at
yeah,
once, and he did the one where he like touched the rim with it before he dunked it. I don't know why the NBA can't find good matchups. Like that one seemed like a setup. Like Stephon Castle, decent matchup. The other two had no business being there at all.
Now,
yeah.
did
McClung
you
was a
guys
class ahead.
see? Did you guys see the buzz from some NBA stars after the dunk contest? Though
Yeah, Anthony Edwards wants to be in it again,
Oh really?
and he
No, I
needs to
didn't
be.
see.
He needs to be. I think he would destroy him and John Morant both. The
Yeah,
athleticism
John
they have.
John Morant said that McClung might make me want to dunk, and then Giannis said, "If you do it, I'll do it too."
yeah.
So
Why don't more prominent
I think
players compete in the dunk
they just get
contest?
in they don't get invited, and I don't know why. I
Um,
think the best dunk contest we could put together, Mac McClung aside, includes Giannis, Anthony Edwards, and John Morant, and then you could put any other fourth person there. I don't really care.
that's
I would put Aaron Gordon there.
He said he's done. He said he was done after getting hosed by Zach LaVine twice. Like he should have won both of those, and they gave it to Zach LaVine.
Yeah. Also, John Morant has publicly said he does not want to be in the dunk contest, but hopefully that changed his mind because I
I
want
wonder
to see him
why.
in one
Well, he said
very
he
bad.
publicly said he didn't want to dunk anymore because it
Hmm.
was bad for
Yeah.
him.
Hmm.
Well,
But then he sees Victor Wembanyama in the
we'll,
paint and has to posterize him.
Yeah, that would be
I don't
Dude,
crazy.
I was so
care.
mad that didn't
That
count. I wanted that to count so bad.
it counted, and like everybody knows it happened.
Oh,
Nobody's
it
gonna
happened.
forget
It
that.
happened.
It 100%
It
happened.
lives
Nobody's
rent
forgetting
free
it.
in my head.
But that haunts Wendy every night.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's terrified.
Oh, I was watching that game. Oh my god.
Wimby better be glad that John Moran is not in the All Star game. He better be so happy because if he was,
Yes.
he'd just get lined up. Jokic is just gonna put him there, and it's gonna happen.
Yep.
I think Anthony Edwards is gonna try and poster Wimby.
I think
I want
everybody
to see.
is after
Yeah,
Jaw did.
LeBron's gonna
Yeah.
try it, and he's gonna hurt himself.
Gosh,
I want John Morant to dunk on LeBron James so bad.
that would be.
Let's put that
How
out
has that
there.
not
Let's put
happened
that out
yet?
there. I don't know how it hasn't. I was sad when he missed the dunk on AD, but
I see for John
um,
Moran. I think his best play ever isn't even a dunk. I think it's the three like no, that's like the 720 layup on Kristaps where he like
oh yeah,
jumps from the baseline and spins around. Yeah, I think that was just crazy.
yeah.
There's always some crazy dunks.
But the Saints coach Kellen Moore says Carr is not their definite QB1 for next year. So my vote, Spencer Rattler for starting quarterback of the Saints.
I mean, he struggled last year. I mean, and the few starts he did have, they were definitely rough. I don't know. I mean, Carr has not been great either.
No.
He started off last season really good. I mean, the
Yeah.
Saints were. I mean, didn't they have the best offense like the first 2 or 3 games, something like that?
Yeah, they scored 40 on I think it was the Panthers to start, but then they put up 40 again on the Cowboys the next week.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, the Saints are going to be really good. And then they had the biggest fall off I've ever seen.
Yeah, they were tragically bad. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know. Carr they
See,
have definitely struggled all around.
with the Saints hiring Kellen Moore, I now automatically consider them a not a friendly team
Yeah.
because being a Cowboys fan, I do not like seeing Kellen Moore go to a rival and win a Super Bowl. So I hope he fails me in New Orleans, but you know that is the ugly Cowboys fan coming out in me.
Took the Saints forever to fill that coaching job. Jeez.
I think he'll do a good job. I do think he will do a good job, but I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, let's dive into some NBA headlines. Daniel Gafford MCL sprain, which leaves the Mavericks with 3 injured centers and no healthy center at all.
That's
Maybe
rough.
I think Dwight Powell's still healthy, but he's terrible. Gafford, Lively, and Davis are all 3 out right now.
What a trade.
Yeah, the Lakers
What a
have
trade.
won this trade, and it's proven week in and week out. The Lakers are just progressively winning this trade over time.
Yeah, the Mavericks are getting slowly just destroyed. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not even funny.
I hope that it's Nico Harris, right? I think something like that.
Nico Harrison,
I
yeah.
hope, yeah, I hope that he is running operations from a remote location that's
He
not
better
Dallas,
be.
Texas.
Yeah,
If I'm a
he's
Dallas
incredible.
fan, if I'm a Dallas fan and I see that man on the street, I'm going to prison.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you saw them the day it happened. Everybody was like out in front of the stadium,
Oh yeah.
like rioting. Like,
You
jeez,
know
I
he's not
mean,
going to be there. There's no way.
yeah, oh yeah. I've never
I,
seen so much backlash from a trade. It's crazy.
after the season, he's gone.
There's no way
Yeah,
he's
I,
not gone.
I agree.
yeah, that man, and he probably I bet you he never gets hired in a general manager role
No. No.
again.
After that decision, I mean, jeez.
We kind of already
Kind of
talked about
tying it back
this,
in.
but Stephon Castle, Rising Stars MVP, Mac McClung, dunk champion. Kind of talked about that already. Again, Stephon Castle, very impressive. Mac McClung, I mean, you're kind of just setting him up for success at this point. There's nobody that the 3 guys you could put in there to compete with him, you're not putting there to compete with him. So,
Can I use your slides?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
You're good. Yeah, I
that,
think.
that
I
the
mean,
dunk contest.
is McClung on a team? Like, is he like?
he's on a
Does he
G League.
play
He
for
plays for
anyone?
he's in the G League.
Is he any
Yeah,
good? Like, that besides dunking, is he any good?
No, he's just
Really?
athletic. Like I'm telling you, these guys are just athletic. Look at
We'll
Andre
get there in a
Jackson.
second.
Andre Jackson is just athletic. Mataz Buzelis is just athletic.
That sounds so weird. Like, if they're athletic, I feel like they would be really good all around. But
Mac McClung, go watch some Mac McClung highlight videos. It's literally just dunking.
it's just
yeah,
dunks. His
Every now and then he'll throw in a dribble step back 3 that he barely makes, and it's probably because he went 1 for 13.
it's funny.
that his three-peat was more rigged than the Chiefs three-peat was. So
Yeah,
That was the only 3-peat I've ever expected, but I would rather have a Mac McClung 3-peat than a Kansas City Chiefs 3-peat.
oh yeah,
very
that was a
true.
very entertaining three-peat for sure. And my highlight of the weekend was the Hero 3-point championship.
Yeah.
I
No,
love
I
to
see
see that.
personally, I don't like Tyler Hero that much, but I will say I love seeing Kentucky guys succeed.
Yeah,
Although I
he was
was
he was
pulling
really
for
good.
Jalen Brunson
Yeah, was
or
Dame in it?
Dame.
I
Yeah,
don't know if
Dame was in it, but he had
Yeah,
the lowest score of everybody.
yeah, I don't,
I mean, he's won the last
come on.
2. Like that was the 3-peat we wanted to see was Damian Lillard
Yeah,
3-peating the 3-point contest. But I wanted Jalen Brunson to win it personally.
as
That
long as Dame didn't get injured, I'm fine.
I think Jalen Brunson deserves some kind of hardware at some point.
Yeah. No, it's good to
Um,
see here. I mean,
but
I love the 3-point contest. That's my favorite
Evan,
Wii Sports
yeah,
game and everything.
Wii Sports game.
Yeah, I love the 3-point contest. I
Oh,
spent
in
so
the
much
Wii
time
Sports, in Wii Sports Resort.
yeah, because my dad had the record of like 24, and I'd spent like so many hours trying to beat him, and I got 25. Like last year before I sold my Wii, I got 25.
Last year, the Wii came out like
Yeah,
15 years ago.
yeah. Last year I
I
spent
still
so
go
many
back and play
hours
the Wii
trying to beat that.
sometimes. I go
I
Oh,
back
it's
and play Wii
nostalgic,
Sports.
but I don't know. I be playing the regular Wii Sports. Got to get on that golf grind.
Oh yeah, the golf. I mean, you can't go wrong with Wii Sports. It's so much fun.
Baseball.
Wii Sports
Yeah,
baseball
baseball
way
too.
hard.
It goes really hard. Get off track a little bit, but we'll go to the Cavs winning
Yeah,
the skills
yeah.
challenge.
Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley just wrecked the skills challenge.
Didn't they do
Unmatched.
that last year?
I don't know if it was those 2 specifically, but I'm pretty sure yes.
I thought so. I just couldn't remember.
But now I'm going to do my playoffs predictions, and y'all can chime in however you want to. Start with the East. I think the Cavs are going to keep the 1 seed. Knicks at the 2, 1,000%. Here, let me. I have the standings pulled up of how I think it's going to go. Pull it up real quick.
I'll kind of take a step back here because I don't know enough to predict the playoffs. So you
Yeah,
guys
learn
take
your
the reins.
place.
Yeah, not in the NBA world for sure.
Where is my? There
No,
it is.
and I meant to mention at the top of the podcast, but sorry, we apologize for, especially me. I do not have internet at the moment, so I'm like
Yeah, your
on my
quality's
hotspot
horrible.
with my PC. So it's not the best camera setup for me as it normally would be. So we're struggling through that,
But
still
like
getting it.
East 1 through 11, I'm gonna go Cleveland. Then I think the Knicks are gonna pass the Celtics. I like the Celtics have lost. I think I don't even know. They've lost a lot recently. Um, then the Pacers and the Bucks. I think they're interchangeable in the 4 and 5 seeds. They're gonna play each. I think it's a lock that they play each other. Um, I think the Pistons kind of stay at that 6 spot, which kind of shocks me, and they'll end up playing the Celtics in the first round and probably get swept. Um, the Magic will come in at the 7 and play the Knicks, which I think that'll be very good because Bancaro and Cat will match up very well.
That'll be a fun series.
Oh
That
yeah,
would be fun.
the Hawks at the 8 seed, they'll play. I think the 76ers fall out, and I think the Nets end up pulling in and taking that 11th spot, and they'll play the Hawks and ultimately lose to the Hawks in the play in. And then I believe the Bulls and the Heat will play in the play in. The Heat will win that because they'll finally gain some feet under themselves with Andrew Wiggins. And then I think the Hawks will beat the Heat to go play and get swept by the Cavs in the first round. And then in the West, well, any comments there from either of you?
I like the East bracket. I think the East is shaping up to be pretty much when you look at the East, you can predict in your head what's going to happen. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think there probably won't be too many surprises in the NBA playoffs in the East.
I think there will be some things that go down to the wire, but I think those final 2 teams will be Cavs Knicks, and I think it'll be the 1 and 2 going at it. Maybe the Celtics upset somebody somewhere along the line, but I can clearly see. I just want the Knicks to make the finals. I love seeing the Bucks succeed, but I don't think we make it out of the first or second round. I want to see I want to see Jalen Brunson and Cat win a championship. So I just want the Knicks to be there.
My alarm just started going off. I think I had it, and there's a car going off outside. Jeez, the world's ending.
Yeah, I heard the car. But out west, I don't think it's any question. Just like the East, the Thunder are going to go number. They're going to be the 1 seed. There's no way around it. I don't think they're winning 82% of their games this year.
Yeah,
Uh,
the Thunder are on breakneck pace. They will not be giving up that 1 seed anytime soon.
I think once Luka settles into the Lakers, I think the Lakers they're at 5th right now. I think they jump to 2 and bump everybody else down 1. I could see the Lakers jumping to 2. They're only 3 games out or 2 games out of the second spot. They're 2 games behind the Grizzlies. Technically 4 games because they're 32-20, but they only have 2 more losses than the Grizzlies, and they get a free win on Tuesday when they play the Hornets.
Like that.
But then I
The
think
Hornets
Grizzlies,
are really
Nuggets,
bad.
Rockets will round out that top 5, and I think the Rockets are going to upset the Nuggets in the first round and go on. Clippers and Timberwolves to round out like the first round buys. I don't like the Timberwolves now that Cat's gone. I don't think they have anything surprising. Anthony Edwards, I don't think can lead them to a championship by himself.
I kind of want to. I kind of want to see another Minnesota Memphis playoff series. That one in 21-22 was so good.
Yeah. And if they get that 6 seed, that would I think 6 or 7 seed that could easily happen. Um, and
Yeah, I
then
want to.
I think Dallas falls out. I think Sacramento falls out, and I think Golden State jumps in with Jimmy Butler. I think they come in and take that first play-in spot. They'll play, I would say, Phoenix, and then I think San Antonio will play Sacramento, and I think San Antonio makes the playoffs in the play-in, and I think Oklahoma City should be scared if San Antonio gets them in the first round.
Yeah, I think San Antonio could be a sleeper,
Hear
NBA.
me out. I have a feeling that the Thunder do not make it past the second round.
I don't think they make it past the first round if the Spurs are the team they meet in the first round, especially if Chet's not 100% to guard Wemby.
When I look at this year's Oklahoma City Thunder team, I see Memphis in 21-22. Young, exciting team, ready to go in the playoffs, and they're looking good. They're looking unbeatable in the regular season. And then you show up to the playoffs and then it's all going to go away. I'm predicting a Memphis Houston Western Conference Finals.
Ooh.
That's what I'm predicting.
I'm gonna take Lakers Rockets Western Conference Finals, and I'm gonna take Rockets to make the finals, but ultimately get swept by whoever they meet in the East because they're not supposed to be there.
I don't think the Luka trade is gonna have the Lakers in a position to win a championship this year.
Yeah,
Good.
I can see that.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think they'll make the Western Conference Finals. I don't think they are to that point where they can make it to the Western Conference Finals with just Luka and LeBron. I don't think. I think they're a second round exit. Whoever they play in the second round is going to knock them out.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to kind of. I mean, there hasn't really been enough games like of Luka on the team to really kind of.
Yeah, he's only played 3
sure.
games in a Lakers uniform. He's been limited minutes. He's used to playing close to 40 to 43, and he's played 30 maximum, I think. So we're still waiting on that. And what we have seen is him and LeBron working super well together because they've played together on all-star teams. They've played together in pickup games before. But these guys, the role players that he's never played with that have never gotten that chance, starting to come together, like Rui and Austin Reeves, because Austin Reeves has been running the point all year, even with D'Angelo Russell on the bench. Like Austin Reeves has been their one, and now Luka is their clear-cut number one guy. And Austin Reeves has to learn that he's not going to be the primary facilitator anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how Austin Reeves plays into this because he's been playing extremely well. Have they won the 3 games that Luka's played?
They lost 1 game. They're 2-1 with Luka.
Okay. Which,
They
I mean, that's only 3 games.
lost to the Warriors and Jimmy Butler.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
That's interesting. Yeah, Butler's been a much better piece with Golden State than I thought. Honestly.
Yeah, I expected there to be a long, drawn-out grace period there, but he came in and got straight to work.
Good for Jimmy.
I think he just wanted to get out of Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed that way. So hopefully, I mean, Golden State might be able to get a championship this year. You never know.
I doubt. I see. I don't think they can be. I think they get killed by San Antonio if they meet in a playing game, because again, there's no one to guard Victor Wembanyama.
Is that what you think the weakness is on that?
Well, look at this.
Is it for Golden State?
Steph and De'Aaron Fox is a very good matchup. De'Aaron Fox is out. Curry and Chris Paul. There's good matchups there defensively. You can guard Curry, but I don't think. I just don't think that Trace Jackson Davis and Kevon Looney have any chance at stopping Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, Wembanyama is just a very something hard to guard.
And I know I don't know if I've made it clear on this podcast at all before, but in the past, I had thought that Wemby, coming into this season, everybody was like, Wemby's going to be a top 5 player. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think he's ready for that. I could very legitimately say right now he's a top 5 NBA player in the league.
Yeah. What do you say to that, Dallas? Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with it, but he's definitely trending upward. When he got drafted number 1 overall, I was like, he's going to be a bust.
That's exactly what I thought.
I was just like, he's going to be a bust. I'm like, this would be so funny if he's just terrible coming into the league. I was kind of hoping for it because I'm like, that would be so funny. But he's grown on me this season. I did not like him at all last year, but he's grown on me this season. And also knowing that John Morant is now his father makes me feel a little better. He's dunked on him twice now. Just remember
That's
that. John
crazy.
Wemby twice. One time that actually did count.
Yeah, I don't know how you can only put. It's hard to put like only 4 players above Wemby, but I could say he's top 10.
I mean, I would still say
with my
you
limited
got
knowledge.
Jokic, Shea, Giannis, and Tatum are probably the clear cut four because I mean Luka's been out, he's not been healthy. LeBron's taken that step back. Anthony Davis started out the season so well, but injuries plagued him. Um, and I like you could. I mean, I'm forever and always, no matter how hurt Luka is, going to put him in my top five because he's
Yeah.
at any point in time giving you 30, 10, and 10. Um, but I think with just how the Spurs have, like what they have and what they've been able to do, being the bottom team in the West last year to now being a contender for the playoffs, I mean, it's nothing to slack about.
I definitely agree. We got. Did you hear this guy's take last week where he said that Wemby, if it was Wemby versus Luca, Luca would score every time.
Yeah,
I did see that. I did see that.
That's crazy to me.
I did in fact watch that, and I do not believe that would. No, there's no way.
have you not seen how much space he can create off the dribble? Like I get like if you're playing like I would say if it's like a 2-on-2 with two randoms, Wemby kills because Wemby just gets in the paint. But if Wemby has to dribble with Luka guarding him, and I'm not saying Luka's defense is good by any means, compared
but
to what Wemby's is.
Wemby can
But
shoot the three,
he
and there's
he
no way
can,
can contest that.
but will he consistently make it enough to where Luka doesn't get the ball? That's where I see it because I think Luka has no issues scoring on anybody 1-on-1. It's just can the person get enough stops to score enough on him to win?
I also think that there's no Luca would have to shoot a lot of threes as well because there's no way Luca's getting in the paint.
Yeah, the only way Luka gets in the paint is if he puts Wemby on the floor,
yeah,
which probably isn't going to happen. The man is very stable for how big he is.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
gonna
do
the
we
only
wanna
way
go
he
on?
scores at the rim is if he does a spin move, reverse layup, and he's still probably getting blocked because that's an insane wingspan.
Yeah, his wingspan is nuts. I don't even remember what the numbers are, but
7'6", 7'7". No, 7'7", because his is 7'7". He's the second longest in the league, and then Mark Williams is 7'9", and he has the longest wingspan.
impressive. Well,
Or
are we
maybe it's
ready
like
for the
maybe
Ja
no, I think it
Morant
might be
debate?
8 feet, maybe not 7 feet. But yes, I am ready for the John Morant debate.
Okay, the big debate of the hour.
James, get us started here.
It has started. I mean,
let's hear it.
okay, okay, I need like
I mean, my headline is that the man is just an athletic guy.
dive into that. Like, what is?
All right,
Flesh that out for us.
All right, where do I start? I'll start with the issues that I have with the man. Defense is lacking. I will say he has picked up his defense this year, but it has lacked so bad. Like when you go back to that 21-22 playoff run, he was giving up a lot of drives, a lot of points that he shouldn't have. And maybe he's like, oh, I've got the defensive player of the year down there. I can do what I want, but it didn't really work. Oh yeah, I better give you time to rebuttal everything I say.
Yeah. Well, he, like you said, working on his defense this year, so he's gotten a lot better. He's gotten a lot better on the defensive side of the ball. He has a lot more hustle. He's not sitting back and he's not arguing with the refs as much as he used to. He's actually getting back on defense. He's putting a little bit more effort into the defensive side of the ball, which is very good for a fan to see. I like defense. Having Jaren Jackson Jr. on my team makes me really like defense. I love watching defense. Where John Morant, he definitely is, like I said, not the best on the defensive side, but also he does have Jaren Jackson Jr. He has a lot of good defenders behind him that he is not necessarily need to be that top defender, always trying to get the steals because he's got people like Jaren Jackson Jr. Jalen Wells has been really good on the defensive side of the ball this year. Zach Edey's down low. Like you got a 7-footer in the paint. He's got a lot of things behind him that he knows his people got him. You know, he knows that the people behind him are going to be able to help him stop a drive to the basket if he needs.
All right.
We didn't clarify beforehand that Dallas is our resident Grizzlies fan, and then Landon is our John Morant hater. So
Yes.
need to make sure that's clear. But go ahead,
And
Landon.
to
What
make
would
it
you
clear,
say?
I'm not only a John Morant hater. I am an athletic player hater. Like this same thing would happen if he was an Anthony Edwards fan. I would go down the same path.
You feel the same way about John Morant that you do Anthony. Okay.
I
This
feel
this
all not identical. There's different reasonings, but yes, I like it's kind of the same thing. Like there's a lot of similarities there.
interesting. All
Um,
right.
my next take is that John Morant is a bad shooter, and that he's shooting a career low percentage this year, and he ranks 17th among point guards in field goal percentage this season.
Ooh.
He's not a 3-point shooter. That's for sure. We've known that for a long time. He's not a 3-point shooter. But he has been shooting better. Now this year it's a little bit different. He's not shooting as well. I think that's just because, he had 9 games last season. He's hasn't it's kind of like he's coming off of not playing for a year. Really, yeah, you had the suspension, you had the injury. It was all he didn't play for a while there. So the shooting percentage, yeah, I see that. It's not as good as it used to be. But it's he'll bounce back from it. He's not gonna this is not anything, devastating for us, seeing as we're still one of the top teams in the league, and he's still producing. Like he's still averaging 20 points a game. He's dishing out 7 assists every game, which also, in my opinion, the Grizzlies have a better chance of winning when John Morant's dishing out assists rather than when he's scoring 50 points. So I like to see that high assist total. I don't like to see I like to see the 50-point games, but when he's dishing out assists, our team is so much better, and it's very like when John Morant has 2 assists, we usually lose. When he has 7, 8, we usually win. So I'm okay with the shooting percentage.
I'm glad you brought up assists because he is having his lowest assist season since 2021.
He's averaging 7.4 assists, which is actually right on his average for his career.
It is
which
right on his average. It is right on his
it is
average.
right on his average. But if you look around, like, yeah, he's having one of his lower assist seasons, but he dished out like 11 a few nights ago. He dished out 9 the other day. Like, he's still putting up, like, I want to see 7 to 8. That's what I want to see. And that's what I'm seeing, which is perfect because if you look, Jaron Jackson Jr. is an all star, which is beautiful. Beautiful. John Morant's assists create Jaron Jackson Jr. as an all star. That's where I stand. Him, Ja, and Desmond Bain should have all been in the All Star game, but it's fine.
Yeah, we'll get into some All Star snubs at some point. Probably the next, like, I'll get into some All Star snubs because like Desmond Bain, John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Norman Powell. Like, there's so many guys that should have been in it that weren't. But back to the let's see. I'm thinking like probably my biggest thing is his decision making. He has had a career high in turnovers. He ranks third amongst all players um, under the height of 6'5" in turnovers this season. Mainly guards, which they pass more, they dribble more, which makes sense. But he's at a career high. But I think like point 0.3 or point 0.4. I think 21, 22. He had 3.6 and he has 3.9 this year.
Yeah, the turnover rate needs to go down. It's the whole team has had problems with turnovers this year. I've watched we've played I don't know how many games we've played. I don't know how many games that we've played this season, but I've probably watched at least 40 of them. I watch a lot of Memphis Grizzlies basketball, and it's been all season. That's turnovers have been killing us all season. And so it's not just John Morant. That's something that is a struggle over the entire team. And he has been more reckless with the ball, but I think he's getting to a point in his career where he's starting to mature a lot. He's not trying to make the flashy play. Neither is Desmond or Triple J. Our three core guys, all working on trying to get better. We're not really seeing it this year, but like I think a lot of the struggles that John Morant's having this season is coming off of the shoulder surgery and being out for an entire season. I think that contributes to a lot of it this season, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. And I think like my last like huge argument is spacing troubles. Just because he has lost. I'm not gonna say he lost his shot completely because he can still step up. He's still a very clutch player. He can still hit the shots when he needs to. But him mainly being an inside the arc player, on top of Jaren really still trying to figure out his spacing, it does cluster up a lot, especially with Edie in the game because Edie has no shot whatsoever and he has no business shooting. Um,
Well,
it just puts a lot of pressure if you say you have Edie Jackson and Jaw in the game at the same time. It puts a lot of pressure on Bane, um, Aldama, and guys like that to like stay out of the way, be open, put shots up.
See, what I have, yeah, I can see what you're saying there, but John Morant he doesn't need space for him to make his shots.
But
What he's
valid.
doing is when he is when he drives to the paint, if you watch the film, every single person on the team, if they're saying, say we're setting up, everybody, you've got what we got, it's four on the perimeter, you got one inside, something typical, and John Morant's driving to the paint, all five of the guys on the other team are making a move towards the basket. They're not trying to like necessarily go there to try and stop him. They're just trying to get in his way, which opens up his teammates on the perimeter. Because on the perimeter, it's it's kind of a tactic that they use. Is what it seems like to me. They use the everybody's gonna try and stop John Morant from driving to the hoop. So you put Santi Aldama in one corner, Luke Kennard in one corner, and you got Desmond Bain at the top of the key. You know, you dish it out to one of those people, they're making a 3-point basket.
Yeah.
So I think the spacing isn't really an issue for me because John Morant doesn't need it, and he uses the lack of space in the paint to his advantage.
All right.
So do you have so Dallas? What's your argument? Where do you think John Morant ranks among NBA players at the moment? Top
Right
10?
now,
Yeah.
right now, I would say right now he's not playing as a top 10 player. He's not playing as it. But I think he deserves more to be what they put him at, like 35 in the preseason rankings. He deserves to be in the top 15 at least.
I think
At least
I say borderline top 15 for me. My biggest problem, it's not putting him high on player rankings, it's putting him as high as 2 and 3 and even 4 and 5 on point guard rankings. Like I can easily, in my opinion, I could easily put 4 to 6 players above him in point guard rankings.
Mm. What do you
Like
say to that, Dallas?
I don't. He's definitely not the number one point guard in the league. I'm not going to come out here. I'm not going to say John Morant is the best point guard in the league. He's nothing like that. No, he's definitely not. But he's got to be in at least your top five, just because the numbers don't say it. But if you actually watch the game, you see it. His season is not a numbers season this year. It is you got to watch the game and look at the things that don't make the score sheet. You
Yeah.
know, he is one of those players this year because he doesn't have to be. The emergence of Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bain has been beautiful for this team this year. They're
Yeah.
not pretenders like you have said in the past.
Yeah, I'll give you the point guards that I put above him and my reasoning for it. Luca and Shea, I don't think I really have to put a reason at putting those two above him. Steph, I'm really going to put him there because of his shooting, because of his lack of a surrounding core, and because of his clutch factor.
Right.
Jalen Brunson, just because of his production, his availability, he can play 40, 45 minutes a game every game, year in, year out, and never has to worry about being off the court. And then I'm going to give two that are kind of borderline. You could honestly switch them with Ja for me. It just depends. They're all three inconsistent players. They're all three not available all the time. But like LaMelo and Cade, just because of what they have, what they deal with, and what they're able to do with their limitations.
Yeah. I can see that. I still think Ja Morant sits right at that. When I say top 5, I think he's right at 5. I do. I don't think he's 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's definitely sitting right at 5. But I would still put him in the top 5 point guards. But yeah,
Like I'm not going to go as
No.
far to say like people there are people that hate him worse than I do that are saying Halliburton, Maxey, Fox, Trey Young, uh, and Dame is still better than John Morant, and that's not true at all. I can firmly say that there are clear 4 best point guards in the league, and it's going to be hard to cap that 4 spot unless you make a huge leap. And then you've got those 3 or 4 guys that are next, and then there's a huge fall off.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, Dame definitely has not had that good of a year to be better than Ja. I mean, for sure. There's no way.
Everybody is looking. If you take a glance at Ja Morant right now, if you're just going through and you're looking at the stats and stuff like that, you're gonna think, "Oh, he's playing terrible this year." But if you actually look at the things, look at what's going on in the actual games, the Grizzlies are more worried about winning as a team this year than they are about making one player their superstar.
Yeah.
They are way more focused on winning, and you see that in the way that they're being coached and the way that they're handling themselves, which
And
is
you
one for me to see as a fan.
and it's one of those things that you're seeing from a lot of teams, and it's bringing a lot of success. You see it in Cleveland. They don't like Donovan Mitchell's their clear star, but they're not going out of their way to make him look good. Same thing with the Rockets. They're not going out their way to make Jalen Green look good. Um, and even some of the lower teams, like the Magic, don't go out of their way to make Paolo look good. I mean, he's been out for most of the season, and they've still been able to get
Yeah.
get in the top 7 of the East. Um, and I think that's a big problem in Milwaukee outside of the injuries is they're trying so hard to make everybody believe that Giannis is still the top guy in the league when he's not that. Like he could be, but he's not right now because there are so
Yeah.
many guys that have better production. Um,
Talking about the Grizzlies owning the Bucks.
we don't need to talk.
Oh yeah, you sent me that.
We don't need to talk about Dame. I see. James is gonna hate me for saying this, but I think the Bucks would be better off if Dame had never come to Milwaukee.
I mean, honestly,
Dame
like,
doesn't come to
he's not
Milwaukee,
been-
we don't lose Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday is the best defensive point guard ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's been sad. The Dame's really not done anything.
No,
with
nothing.
Milwaukee.
He's won a 3-point contest.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, I completely agree with you. Sadly, I hate to say it, but it's
Are you
true.
watching Are you watching the 500?
Yeah, I'm watching the 5. It's getting pretty well. Kyle's
Well,
up
good.
front,
It's your
he's
turn to
leading
talk
right
about
now.
It's your turn to talk about the 500. Go.
Oh, we're not done here. We're not done.
Oh, are we not done with it?
I had one.
I'm done with my
Uh,
rant debate.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, like, Landon's main argument is that Ja is only athletic. What do you say to that, Dallas?
I don't see how you can be just so athletic and not be a good basketball player, right? Also, there's no way that someone can make the shots that Ja Morant makes by just being athletic. He has to have some skill. He has to be good at the game to be able to do the things that he does. Because not every person is going to just spin around a defender and lay the ball up in. Not every player in the league is going to be 6'3" and go up and dunk on a 7'3" guy, or whatever their measurements are. I can't remember how tall Wemby and Ja are, but like you can't call him just athletic when he does so many other things that so many other players can't do. I know Steph Curry is not dunking on Victor Wembanyama. And like
Yeah.
there you can't call him you can't just be like, oh, he's just athletic when being athletic is a part of being good, you know? So
Yeah,
that's my
and
take on that argument.
I will say that him being athletic is what makes him the player he is. You take away his athleticism, he's probably not in the NBA at all. Um,
Yeah.
but you take away those other aspects of his game, and you just get that. You take away the basketball aspect of his life, and he's just a track guy. He's just a track star. So, like they do work hand in hand, and I get where you're coming from. Um, I'm just kind of saying, like I guess me saying that he's just athletic is the problem. He is more athletic to me than he is a great basketball player. He is a very, very good player, but I think he's more athletic than he is a basketball player.
All right. All right. I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting take. I've never heard somebody in all my debates with my friends at the lunch table in high school. It's just I've never heard the he's just athletic. That's it's interesting. I've never heard that before. So I'm
Yeah,
kind of
it
like
is. When I heard it, I thought it was kind of wild too. I'd never.
it's interesting. I respect it because I can see it. I just don't fully understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
We
I
end the debate on a confusing note because we don't really know how to answer it.
There's no.
I'd say
I
it.
don't even know if there's a winner to this debate.
No, I
no, not
mean,
really. I just need you to realize that the Grizzlies have a very, very good chance at being in the NBA Finals this year. Very,
They do.
very good chance. They are not a pretender. They are not a pretender. They are a contender. And I will
yeah, I
stand
feel
by
like
that. I will stand
teams
by
that
that
play
until we
good.
lose in the first round, and then I'll just go hide in a hole. But you
They
know
Yeah,
what?
they 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 are the only ones that can prove me wrong.
Yes, they are the only ones that can prove.
I like teams a lot that like work together and don't try to like have one superstar. Like teams that really like play as a team. I mean,
That's why
that's
I'm
great.
starting to. That's why the Knicks are growing on me. That's why the Rockets are growing. That's why the Piston. That's why I like the Pistons right now. Like those teams that they're focused on defense. They're not focused on putting up the most points. They're not focused on like having that one guy that they have to rely on. They can put the ball in any of the five players' hands and win a game.
Also, the Grizzlies did have a top five offense and a top five defense. So they are very good on both sides of the ball
Yeah,
as a team collectively. So they're I don't know if they're still there now, but they were at one point. They're the only team to not score 100 points in every single game this season. So they can score the ball and they can defend. So it's very, very exciting time to be a Memphis Grizzlies fan. But also, I'm a Reds fan, and it's an exciting time to be a Reds fan as well. And as a Reds fan, whenever we hear that, we know that's not good news. So,
yeah.
um, you know,
It'll
it's
be
we'll see what happens. But
yeah,
right now, I'm excited. We'll see how we'll see how that changes in the
yeah. I
months.
know you're a Cowboys fan too, so excitement, with the Cowboys can sometimes mean a first round
It's
playoff exit.
it's a rough. I have a rough sports life, guys. I have a rough sports life. It's hard. It's hard.
Were you a
I
Grizzlies
mean, I,
fan during the grit and grind era?
I will say I was not. John Morant is the reason that I am a Memphis Grizzlies fan because I wanted to go to Murray State when I was younger. That was my dream college. And my dad one day was like, "Hey, there's this dude playing basketball for Murray State who's like gonna go draft. He's probably gonna get drafted like second overall." I was like, "That's really cool." He's like, "They're playing at EKU in a couple weeks. You want to go?" Yup. We went. I watched him play in college against EKU. I think he had like 30 something points, and I was like, "Whoever drafts
damn,
this kid, that's my team. Whoever drafts this kid." So.
that's pretty
That's
cool.
how I became a Memphis Grizzlies fan. The
I can't
NBA
hate
was,
on.
the NBA was the only sports league I was not into, or like just like like you grew up. I grew up as a fan of the Reds and the Cowboys. Didn't grow up as a fan of the Grizzlies. That just became my team. So That's the
Thankfully,
only.
you're not a bandwagon fan, so I only hate on bandwagon fans.
Yeah. No,
So
definitely not a
are
band.
you gonna hate on me when Giannis leaves the Bucks and I become whatever a fan of the Lakers because that's where Luka's at? So when
Maybe.
Giannis leaves the Bucks, I will forever hold a special place in my heart for the Bucks. But I've said this before. They let go of Larry Sanders. They let go of Brandon Jennings. They let go of Monte Ellis. They're gonna let go of Giannis. They let go of Drew Holiday. Every player that I've ever loved on this team that have brought us glory, they've gotten rid of. Once they do it to Giannis, I'm done. Wherever Giannis goes, wherever Jalen Brunson is, or wherever Luka is, one of those three teams, it's mine.
Very bad. The NBA is more of a player, like you're more connected to the player than you are a team league.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to see the Knicks win a championship. I want to see Jalen Brunson win a championship.
Also, I mean that I. Oh, go ahead. You're good.
Nope, you're good.
What? No, Dallas go. I was going to end the debate. I didn't know if we were done yet.
Oh, I was just saying, I definitely, if once John Morant leaves Memphis, I probably will still, I guess I will still be a fan of the Memphis Grizzlies and I'll still root for them. I'll definitely be rooting for Ja to win a championship wherever if he ends up anywhere else. But I think coming from being a mostly baseball fan of my entire life, I'll probably still stay pretty loyal to the Grizzlies just because as a baseball fan, you stay more connected to the team than you are a player. So I have that experience of being behind just a team than just a player. So we'll see what happens when Morant leaves the Grizzlies, but we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if he leaves there. Hopefully
I
not
hope
soon.
not. I need Jaren, John, Dez to be Grizzlies their entire careers. I
Yeah.
just need those three together, and I'll be okay. We can get
Need
rid
a
of
ring too.
I need those three together
Yeah, those three getting a ring, that'd be pretty cool.
this year.
So, I was impressed with a civil debate. You guys didn't really get into it. We had a
We're
kind of
not.
a civil
Before
argument.
you got in the Discord, we had a civil conversation.
We said it. We got on even ground. We're like, all right, this is
We
where we're
set a
coming from.
tone. We knew what was gonna happen. We were ready for
Yeah,
it.
That's good. I'm proud of you guys. That was pretty good. So that'll conclude our John Rant debate for
yeah.
today. Now we'll go.
I'm
Now
not
we'll go
saying.
into the 500
Who's
that's going
winning?
on right now.
Yeah,
Well,
who's
right now they're 3 wide, 10 rows deep. I mean, they are
Still, what are they on? Like, what are they on? Like 80,
they're on
uh
153.
153, and
44.
they're still three wide.
yeah 47 to go here. Bottom lane's lagging behind. The
Is
top
that
two
Ryan
lanes are
Blaney? Is who they say is at first? Is
yeah.
it?
Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney are 1 and 2 right now. This pack is really strong.
Hey,
The bottom lane's pretty weak
my
today.
pick is still in fourth. My pick is still in fourth. Chase
Who's
Elliott's
your
in
pick?
fourth.
Elliott? Yeah.
Hey, Bush is in eighth. Larson's
Yeah,
in
Bush is up
11th.
there. He's second in the bottom lane right now.
And
It's
we were all right
the
about
bottom lane's
Logano.
not that
Logano's
strong.
terrible in odd years.
Well, he actually his motor blew about halfway through the race.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say I don't see
that's
him
why
in the
he's
field
out.
anymore.
Yeah. The race has been really entertaining, honestly, besides the long rain delay.
They're still
There's
saying
been some really
Logano's
good
in
races.
26th though.
Well, he might be I think he's off the pace of the pack.
Oh,
He's just
okay.
kind of lagging behind. But these guys up
Gisbergen had a
front look
huge
really
fall off.
aggressive. Yeah. Yeah, these front this front pack is racing really hard right now. I
It's
mean, it is.
I love the fact that Denny Hamlin is in 31st.
Yeah. He had some. I think he got involved in a wreck. But no, I'm really surprised with this race. I mean, usually they like to get in the top lane in one big line and just hang
Ooh,
out to the
Larson's
end of
up
the
to
race.
10.
Yeah.
Bush up to 7. Elliott up to 3. Pushes Byron down. Wallace took the lead over Blaney.
Yeah, I mean, this is some pretty. Been happy with this race so far. We'll see how it concludes. Got 45 to go. It'll be a big. We're gonna have. I mean, the big one is lurking. We still haven't had the big one yet.
That's my favorite part of NASCAR is the wrecks. I know
Yeah.
it's it's people flying through the air, but that's my favorite part.
It's going to come on the last lap, and the guy who gets hit and goes flying over all of them is going to win.
That'd be crazy. Oh, but this is some awesome racing right now. There actually doing a good job pushing each other. We haven't had no bad wrecks so far, but we're getting down to the end of it here.
Any Rex yet?
There's been one, but it wasn't anything serious. But we'll see. Maybe it'll end on the
Well,
podcast.
Elliott just got pushed back to 5th.
Are you watching it, or are you just watching the standings?
Watching the live.
That's like 10.
Oh, that's really loud. Hold on.
And William Byron has led 8.
I gotta figure out my headphones on my TV. I lost the controller to my TV, my remote to my TV, so I can't turn it down. I have to plug in.
No,
I have to plug in my headphones to make sure that sound
that's
is.
bad. It must be frustrating.
Elio Castro Evans.
Not there yet.
Oh, Elliott back to 3. Blaney back to 2. Larson fell back to 13. Yeah, that whole pack's just going back and forth, back and forth.
Oh yeah, it's just nonstop position changes here, but there's not much
Well,
to talk about.
see,
I mean,
you don't
let's move
really
it.
you don't really need a late push yet. Like the late push comes in the last 10.
Oh, but these guys are a lot more aggressive than I thought. I mean, they're extremely aggressive right
Hey, it's
now.
the biggest race of the year.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to win this. I mean, we can move into our Cats talk about the Texas game, how awful that was.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot to talk about really. I mean, great game. It was a great game. Last 3 minutes, Kentucky fumbled the bag. We can't get a rebound to save our lives.
I hate when we start forgetting how to grab a rebound. It makes me so mad.
I agree.
I'll just be sitting there screaming at the TV, grab a rebound. Oh my God.
When you're a guy that's as big as Amari Williams, and I mean, I get it. You're getting 13 rebounds a game, but they're all coming before the last 5 minutes of the game. The last 5 minutes of the game, you're giving them up to point guards.
Yeah, that was really frustrating. I mean, it's just every week it feels like we struggle to end a game.
All I'm saying, at least we're not beating the bad teams and losing to the good teams, because maybe this means once we get into the tournament, we're playing all the good teams and we've beat all the good teams except for one. So
Alabama, was that the only ranked team we lost to?
yeah, we just have to make it past the first weekend and we're good, guys. We just have to survive the first weekend.
Did we play Auburn yet?
No, that's our last game of the season.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough one.
Okay. Yeah.
Auburn
we
at
might
Auburn,
just
baby.
Playing on a different level. We playing on
Are
a
we
different
at
level.
Auburn? I thought they were here.
No, it's at Auburn.
Dang. That
So
sucks.
we have Vandy again this week. Hopefully we can.
Yeah, we
beat
have
them.
Vandy again this week, and in a couple March 4th we get LSU at home for the final home game. I'm hoping that gives us a good push into Auburn because LSU's terrible this year.
Yeah.
I will be there. I will be at that LSU game. So hopefully
I'll
we
try to go there.
hopefully we do well.
I went to the first game of the season. I went to the Wright State game. That was fun.
Yeah, I think I was at the WKU game where we struggled, so that was an interesting one. But we pulled it out. Yeah, there's really not much. I mean, I don't even want to remember that game.
We've had so many of these games that we just don't want to remember. So
Yeah, I mean the Arkansas game, this game, I mean Alabama game.
Well, the Alabama game really wasn't something we don't want to remember. Alabama's just really good, and we only lost. We
Yeah.
lost by 5. We still put up 100 points. Like Alabama's just a different breed. Like they're that Auburn, they're that Florida. Like we beat Florida before Florida found themselves. Florida is just dominating right now.
Florida has been on tear for sure. It's really
we
impressive.
we don't play Florida twice this year.
No, we usually do every year, but they gave us 2 Mississippi States instead this year, which I don't like. Mississippi State's a late trap game for us.
That's true.
We beat them in Mississippi State, and then I think they come here soon.
We do got to be careful with those unranked teams.
So we just got to make it past the first weekend, fellas. That's all we got to do.
See, I kind of want to get our loss out of the way, our tournament loss out of the way in the SEC tournament, so we can win the NCAA. Like lose on Thursday or Friday in the SEC, and then just go all the way in the NCAA.
That'd be wild if we won a championship this year. I think Lexington would like actually explode.
Lexington would explode.
Probably.
I heard it was pretty crazy when we won in 2012.
Yeah, I don't really.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty crazy. I was in bed asleep. It was past
I
my bedtime.
watched the game, but I was
Yeah.
like 8, and I was in Louisville.
Yeah, we need to get a championship while we're like before we start moving out and getting our own lives.
I need a sports franchise that I like to make an appearance in some form of championship. I don't
Yeah.
care which one.
Well,
Just
for
one.
me, all 3 of my professional sports teams did something good in the same year. Like the Bucks won the NBA Finals, the Rams won the Super Bowl, and the Blues won the Stanley Cup. All 3 in the same year, and then the Padres
year
made it to the Final Four of the World Series, and it was a great year for my professional sports teams.
These guys just got too much good
What
going
a-
on.
Hey, Cincinnati.
Yeah, we need the Reds to do something hopefully this year, but we'll get in. We'll do a baseball preview before the season starts. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, oh yeah.
He's going to. I didn't tell
I'm
you, but
going to
he's going
Arizona.
to spring.
I'm going to
Yeah.
Goodyear. I'm going to spring training.
Oh,
Yeah,
to spring
I'm gonna
training.
be in
I'm
Arizona.
gonna think like if the Padres are gonna be in Tampa for a spring game while I'm in Florida, I'm gonna try to go to that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
They'll be there. They'll be there till March 24th, 25th, something like that, somewhere around there. So
It'd be fun to attend.
But
You're gonna get
onto the NFL segment for the day. Some headlines: Justin Tucker faces allegations from over 10 massage therapists.
Right.
Him and Deshaun Watson just need to get celled up together.
hey,
I saw that he has more allegations than missed field goals in his career.
Yeah.
the Browns are cooking up that 3 first-round trade, those 3 first-round draft picks. We're gonna send them over to Baltimore for just
It's gonna be it's gonna be Myles Garrett and
please
for
no.
Justin Tucker.
Please no. Please not Myles Garrett. Oh
Terrible.
my God. I need Micah to work his magic and get Myles Garrett to Dallas.
That would be
Yeah,
insane.
Micah and Miles would be wild.
That would be one of that would be the scariest defensive
And
line.
then you sign Jonathan Allen when he becomes a free agent too, and put him on the D line.
if
I think-
DeMarvion Overshown came back and was playing with that group, oh my gosh,
Dude, imagine this team if you still had Leighton Vander Esch.
like 2019 Leighton Vander Esch.
Yes.
Man, I miss Leighton. I miss him. I missed him this year so bad. It sucks. He was the leader of the defense. He was the leader. I think that's why we saw the struggles early in the year. New defensive coordinator. You lost your leader. They were just all in disarray to begin the season. But then they figured it out towards the end. So
Yeah, we're gonna do something on the coaching stuff when all the coaching stuff dials down, and I think we're gonna have to have a long conversation about Schottenheimer before the season starts.
I give him 1 year, 1 season to have
Yeah.
a winning record. And besides that, that's all I'm giving him.
He knows the system. He's been there. He knows the system.
That's the one thing.
You guys, I feel bad for my girlfriend because she was in the car when we were getting ice cream when I found out that we hired Broughton Schottenheimer.
Oh boy.
I just,
oh
and
boy.
I was just screaming. I was so mad. I was so
I
mad.
can see it now.
It's hilarious.
We were getting ice cream, and I was like, hold this really fast. And then I was hoping we were going to hire Robert Saleh. And then he went to the 49ers like 5 minutes after we hired Broughton Schottenheimer. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Gotta
You
love
could have
Jerry
had
Jones.
him. You could have had him.
I would have been so much better off. I wanted Deion Sanders. That's who I wanted. I wanted Deion Sanders.
Deion's not going anywhere where he can't guarantee coaching Shiloh or Shadir or Travis.
Yeah.
I think he probably honestly, if Jerry had offered him the job, I think he might have taken it. Because
he would have taken it, and then he'd be like, "If you don't draft Shiloh, I'm like he's gonna be like, you have to draft Shiloh."
And then Jerry Jones' ego would have gotten in the way, and yada yada yada. Same old story. Jerry Jones ruins the Cowboys every year.
Yeah, but it's not going to get any better when Jerry Jones is gone because his son's just going to take over.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll get better, just not as good as what the fans want to see.
I just hope that maybe he can come to his senses and hire a general manager. That's all I want to see in the Dallas organization. I want a general manager for my football team. I don't want the owner of my team to be making the decisions on what we do, like what players we get, what players we draft, what players we trade away. Like that Amari Cooper trade back in what was that? 2020,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. Are you kidding me? Amari
It's not
Cooper
it's not
for
good when the guy who pays your bills is the guy who decides if you play or not.
Yep. It's awful. And the way I hear he runs things, like having fans in the training facilities during the workouts and all that stuff,
No.
it's not a winning football culture in Dallas. I just have to hope we catch lightning in a bottle one random season. That's what I'm hoping for. Just randomly out of nowhere. That's what I gotta hope for because I know
Might get it.
everybody hates on the Dallas Cowboys and their fans. I do not. I like to say that I don't. While I do get very fired up and I'm very passionate about the Cowboys, I'm not delusional. Not delusional. Now, I
Yeah,
can
not
be at
me.
times. My hype can get a little over, and I get let down a lot. But that's what you need to expect when you're a fan of the Dallas Cowboys: failure and sadness. So
I like the acceptance.
Is 2025 the Cowboys year? Good. If you're not delusional, you've proven it. We're good. We can move on. The NFL is going to
our year for
test
the number one draft. It's our
limits.
number one. Our year for the number one draft pick.
Maybe,
Yeah, that's
maybe I
true.
could see it. The NFL is going to test the limits of global outreach. They're going to try and go further than just Brazil, London, Germany, Paris. They're going to try and go further. I don't know. I don't know if the support's there. I don't know if we need to go to Asia, the Middle East. I don't think it's necessary. I don't know if that's where they're going, but they said they want to go further.
I think these games are kind of silly. I don't know. It's just like they're tough on the players. Honestly, I feel like it's so hard on the players
Did we see how
doing
many
all that
people got
traveling.
hurt during the Packers Eagles game in
Yeah,
Brazil? The slipping.
yeah. I mean,
You can't
just
play football on a soccer field. It's two different kinds of turf, two different kinds of cleats, two different kinds of grip. It doesn't work.
I just think it's hard on the players. I mean, I don't see. I think it's good for the fans in other countries, but I don't like it for the
Did they
players
not
personally.
change the turf from the soccer field
They
turf? Did they
they
not change
can,
it?
but they didn't.
They didn't.
Damn,
No.
That's crazy.
that's just
I
not
would have
right.
thought they would have been like, "This is a problem. we we have debates over our own turf fields that are meant for football." So
The only time I think that NFL should be played out of the country is when Jacksonville gets booted out of Florida because no one likes them.
Yeah,
yeah, they'll end up in London at some point.
Yeah.
Well, they'll end
the
up in London.
London, the
That's why the
London.
Jags are always in London because
Yeah, they
everybody's a
play there
fan.
every year because that's where their
That's
pants
fair.
are.
Yeah, yeah. They're always
Like,
there.
they just need to make the move.
It's always
Like
them and the Titans. The Titans need to go to Germany, and the Jags need to go to London.
I don't know about the Titans to Germany, but the Jags to London needs to happen.
There's always that mascot on Instagram. Do you know who I'm talking about? Like the Jags mascot on Instagram.
No.
He's like this. He like paints himself as a jaguar, and he's like British. It's like, bro,
No, but
you
that
gotta
sounds
find that
funny.
guy. It's kind of it's interesting for sure. I don't know about funny, but what about Tyreek Hill versus Noah Lyles? What's
I'm
going
ready
on with
for
that?
that. I think Noah
Oh,
Lyles
Lyles,
cooks him.
there is no possible way that Tyreek Hill beats Noah Lyles.
I
There's
think
no way.
what needs
He's
to
had too
happen
many.
first. What needs to happen
I
first?
would
Okay, I Show Speed raced Noah Lyles, lost by half a second. I think I Show Speed races Tyreek Hill first. If he can beat I Show Speed, he can race Noah Lyles. I think it needs to be a qualifying thing because if you can't beat I Show Speed, you can't beat Noah Lyles.
there is just there's no way. When Noah Lyles raced I Showed Speed, there's no way he was going at full. There was no way he was going at full speed
No.
because coming from I I ran track, and as a high schooler, like James did, I'm actually the reason that he got into track. So
Yeah,
that was my
reason I threw shot put.
yeah. Um, but when you look at somebody, when you are a runner, and you look at somebody running, you could tell when they're trying or not. And
Trust
there
me,
was no,
I know. I was a track and cross country runner my entire life. You can
yeah, there was,
tell, and I honestly think even if he was trying, he was still. I can guarantee it was in the summer. Still, he was still recovering from having COVID at the Olympics. Like,
yeah,
there's no way he
there
was 100%. He only had like 30 minutes. He only warmed up a little bit. I mean, ISO Speed didn't get to warm up either, but like I don't think it was a legitimate thing. I think you could make it a legitimate thing, and maybe there is a case, but I think Noah Lyles full training, full ready to go. I don't think
they
anybody
need
touches him.
to, if it happens, it needs to be an official event. It needs to happen at an official track meet. The whole thing needs to be done. And Noah Lyles is cooking. There's no way. I don't care who says what about Tyreek Hill. You do not beat a professional runner at their own sport.
Do we not remember
There's
seeing in 2021 when Micah Parsons beat him in the 50-yard dash?
True.
Micah Parsons weighs like 70 pounds more than Tyreek Hill.
Parsons is, oh my God.
Carson is quite an athlete.
He is insane. The speed and the power, disgusting. But yeah, there's no way. Tyreek Hill, I'm sorry, but you do not stand a chance against Noah Lyles.
All right, guys.
I agree with that.
It is time for us to have some fun.
Hey.
How long have we been talking, dude? We have been here for a while.
There's no need to check our time here. I'm now sharing our screen. We are going to draft, and this is going to get interesting. This is going to get interesting. We're not just drafting the lineups. There's a wheel spin on my desk
Okay.
that has 12 different stipulations on how we have to draft these teams.
Stipulations. Okay.
This is
So
interesting.
James is going to go first. I will go second. Dallas will go third.
Okay.
If you get a specific player, you don't have to put them at their position. You can put them wherever you want to. But there's things like out of position. There's current AFC. I think I did current AFC South. So you have to pick a bad player essentially because nobody in the AFC South is really that good. Same thing like current NFC South. You got a non-Super Bowl winner, other sports, along with some other stuff. But let's see what James has to do first.
Interesting. This will be interesting.
James has any non-athlete.
Any
Any
non
non- What does
They
that
can
mean?
they can be like an
Like a
actor, a
celebrity.
musical artist, just a celebrity that has no
celebrity
athletic
with
experience
just-
whatsoever.
Oh my
Where would you
God.
put them on your team?
Yeah.
What is this, dude?
Who is it and where would you put them? I want to see. Oh, this is gonna be funny.
I gotta think about this. I mean, I don't even.
He ain't up to date on all the movie stars. You think he knows?
No. Wait, give me a sec. I'm gonna put Henry Cavill at tight end.
Henry
Okay.
Cavill at tight
Henry
end. I
Cavill.
like the pick. I like
Okay,
the
so-
pick.
Henry Cavill, George Kittle. What's the difference?
Okay.
All right, buddy. Let's see. Spin for me. Let's see who I get.
I think it's just Cavil.
Starts with the letter S.
Starts the letter S.
Give me Saquon.
Okay, bro.
Oh my God. James gets Henry Cavill at tight end, and Landon gets Saquon at his running back.
All right, let's see what Dallas is gonna get.
Let's hear this. Also, want to make it clear, I am not a Dallas Cowboys fan because of my name. Just remember that.
You
Always
get an
remember
athlete
that.
from another sport.
An athlete from another sport?
Yeah.
Oh, give me Ellie at wide receiver. Ellie De La Cruz at a wide receiver.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you know how insane that would be?
That would be crazy.
By the way, Landon Cavill it's just Cavil. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you get
I
any
could be wrong.
non-Super Bowl winner.
Any non-Super Bowl winner?
I know where you're
So,
going. You don't even have to tell me.
Like Joe Burrow.
Yeah, there's no question. We know where he's going with it.
Future Super Bowl winner.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
We'll see.
Ooh, I get an athlete
like
from
this.
another sport.
Okay.
Hey, why'd I get the non-athlete? Dude.
Dude, you didn't have You didn't have to take that. Why didn't you take Mark Wahlberg as your defender? He literally made a movie about the
Oh.
NFL.
Well, Henry
For a
Cavill's
few-
pretty athletic.
I'm taking Nikola Jokic at quarterback.
Oh my
Just a
God.
6'11" guy dishing the ball.
Yeah, I don't know how
Wow.
good he can throw.
Okay.
He can.
Bro,
Interesting.
he's the leader in assists this season.
I don't
All
know
right,
about throwing a
Dallas'
football, though.
stipulation.
Hear this one.
You get Texas A&M Johnny Manziel.
Wait, what?
Johnny Manziel before the NFL, so like Heisman Johnny Manziel.
Okay.
Where do you put him? You can put
Yeah,
him anywhere. Is that
Yeah,
what
you can
you're
put him
saying?
anywhere. You can put him anywhere.
Oh, then I
Quarterback.
guess I gotta put him at quarterback. There ain't nowhere else. I
Johnny
can put him.
Football.
Yeah.
See, there's
If
only
it-
there's
if-
only
if
there's
it's-
only
if
two
it's
players you can get. You can get Johnny Manziel and you can get Tom Brady. Those are the only two players you can get.
Okay. Oh gosh, do not give me Tom Brady.
Current NFC South player.
Who is in the NFC South? Please
Saints,
remind me.
Bucks, Panthers, Falcons.
Oh.
There's two
Yeah.
right answers here, and you just need to know which ones to take.
Give me.
Wait,
Give you a
is
who?
it just a current NFC South player?
Yeah, any NFC South player.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the Saints as well, I think.
Yeah.
Give me. I'm thinking. Bijan, I guess.
Yep, I think that's the right decision. I think it's got to be
That
either
is-
Bijan or Mike Evans. I don't think there's another way around.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. He already has a tight end, so he couldn't take Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sadly.
Okay, and I get Johnny Manziel.
Okay, dude.
Where am I
Those
gonna
two
put
guys-
him?
Where are you
He's
gonna
going
put him though?
He's going to wide receiver 3. You know, he caught. Have you seen that clip? He caught the pass. He caught a passing touchdown.
Yeah,
happened.
We'll see. This is interesting.
Oh, and I can't
What if
type.
we all three get Johnny Manziel?
24 to go on the 500.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
buddy. Is it still 3 wide?
Not really. They're singled out a little bit at the front, but they're 3 wide closer to the back.
All right, Dallas. You get any college player, any current college player.
Oh,
Any current college player?
Yes.
so not drafted yet? Like
Not any
this is
undrafted college player.
Give me a second. Let me think. I'm trying to think of who it is. Whoever that one Ohio State freshman is. That
Oh,
wide
Jeremiah
receiver.
Smith.
Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. I like that. I know Brandon's gonna like hearing that.
I thought you were going to go Travis Hunter and put him at defense or something.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Is it a defensive player or is it the whole defense?
Defensive player.
Okay.
Just one defensive player. And then I know who I'm trying to save that for. I mean,
Wait,
my
I can't
team's
read this. Hold on.
team's looking kind of nice.
Okay, you could just pick any player in the NFL currently.
Okay.
Any current NFL
thanks,
player.
Lee.
Do I even have to ask?
Give me Jamar at wide receiver.
Yep, I was like,
one.
do I even have to ask?
You're not gonna put those two together?
Dude, this is an elite team right now.
Yeah, you have Henry
I-
Cavill as your.
Yeah, I think I'm getting hosed right now because I have 2 non-players playing it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get an athlete from another sport again.
Uh-oh.
Give me LeBron at tight end.
That would
There
be
you go.
prime LeBron at a tight end position could be.
He
Could be
played tight
dangerous.
end in high school.
Yeah.
All right, you get Tom Brady. Where do you want to put him?
Oh no.
Put him at running back and you're on the Wildcat.
Put him at tight end.
Slow ass.
It's gonna be a skinny ass blocking tight end.
No, he's just gonna run like the jet sweep. You're gonna pitch it to him, and he's gonna launch it down the field every play. They're running the
Now
pitch
it's
back
getting
every play.
screwed.
I don't think any of us have good teams here. Well, you do. You got the best wide receiver quarterback combo in the league. There we go. Current AFC South player.
AFC South. Who's
Colts,
AFC South again?
Texans, Jags, Titans.
Give me Josh Allen, defensive player.
All right. I got fictional character.
I don't know where you're going with that one.
Fictional character.
Fictional character.
This could be crazy though. I mean,
Oh, what's his name? I gotta look up his name. If I didn't have a quarterback, I would take John Moxon from Varsity Blues.
you could put Lightning McQueen at wide receiver. I mean, you couldn't stop that.
Ooh, good
Lightning
job.
McQueen at wide receiver. What's he catching it with?
I mean, you can invent something.
God, what is his name? Give me Gary Bertier from Remember the Titans.
Oh my gosh. Shoot.
Nobody getting through.
That's pretty hard. That goes hard.
All right, let's see what we got here.
What's my next one?
Current NFC South player.
NFC
Ooh.
South? Oh,
Yes.
You
Dang
can't
it.
pick the same. Did I have NFC South?
Yeah.
You can't pick the same.
I
you
know.
pick the-
No Bijan.
Can't take Kyle Pitts either.
I mean, you can put him wide receiver.
I don't want to. I don't want to take Mike Evans. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess.
You
it's
got
the only
Alvin
way I-
Kamara. I mean,
No, I'll take Mike Evans. That's a solid receiving core right there.
No Chuba Hubbard.
no
I
Chuba.
like my wide receivers though. So
Yeah, you got some good
I
wide
hope he gets
receivers.
Tom Brady at wide receiver too.
Yeah.
Oh, of course he gets player choice.
And
Bro's
you
just
know,
rounding out the best team.
Oh shoot. Any wide receiver?
you know who's got he's about to put the he's about to go
If
crazy.
he puts T. Higgins, I'm kicking him from the Discord.
No, I don't think I can't do T. Higgins.
Who else would you put when you have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase already on your team?
It's
I'm putting
tempting, but
Andre
I think there's
Yosivas up
people
there.
better than. No, he's good, but not that good.
I swear to God.
Oh, I can't think. I'm stuck on Justin Jefferson, but
Where else would you go? You put
Yeah,
the
I mean-
three of them together like they
Yeah,
were
you
And
gotta
then
together.
you
put
take him
Justin
away
Jefferson
from
in
me.
put Justin Jefferson in there.
Oh, there's the wreck. There's the wreck. Hold on.
Oh no, I missed it.
I don't think it was big. I can't tell.
Oh, I think Bush got caught in it.
Yay, I don't like him.
There's a caution.
I gotta see who's in it. Maybe Kyle got out of it. I couldn't tell. In the middle of our picks. Continue with the picks. I will.
All right,
keep
I get
watching.
an out of position player. I think I'm going to put Brock Bowers at wide receiver.
Ooh,
That's smart.
okay. Yeah, that's smart.
That is smart.
All right. For either running back or your defensive player, you get any non-athlete.
Any non-athlete? Are you kidding me? Okay. Dang, this is terrible. Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna think.
I know who mine would be, just because I have my wide receiver slot open.
Yeah, this is hard with a running back and a defensive player as your only two options.
Be like
Gun's
me.
car is destroyed.
I'm trying to think. Shoot. Get me. Name lost in my head. Name's lost in my head.
Tell me what he's in. I'll help you out.
I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of something that I don't know. There's a person on SWAT, right? On the TV show
You're
SWAT.
talking about the black guy with bald.
Yes, I want him as
Yeah.
my defensive player.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
I don't remember his name at all.
SWAT guy.
But I would, yeah. I mean, a SWAT guy on your defense? I mean,
Yeah. JR's final wide receiver, a player starting with S.
Bro, what?
First name
will-
starts with S. This spin
Oh,
alone is built for
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley. You went
Yeah,
Stephon
it's true.
Diggs.
Yeah, we'll go with Stephon. That's all I can.
Can
only
we
S
agree
I
that
can
he just
think of.
absolutely fleeced this draft?
Yeah, that's
I mean, when you got Joe Burrow, Bijan Robinson, Jamar Chase, Justin
The
Jefferson,
only
Stephon
non-player that the only position that he has out of position is Henry Cavill, who's probably going to make a good tight end.
yeah.
And I
would
get Johnny
take him
Manziel
over
at wide
Trevor.
receiver too. Oh wait, but you have him, so I have to respin.
You already have him.
Yeah, I already had Johnny Manziel before.
Yeah, so I have to respin because
So do
you have him, so I can't get him.
You also have
already
him.
have Johnny Manziel.
Oh, I already have him too, so I really got to respin this. Player choice. Shit. You've taken
One of you-
both of my picks for receiver choice.
Got to go
This
with
is-
Puka.
No.
He's dying for the CeeDee Lamb pick.
I'm over here and I'm just sitting like, come on. That's who I
Alright.
wanted. That's why I didn't want to take Mike Evans because I wanted CD.
Running back, you get an out of position player.
An out of position player. Micah at running back.
Oh, that's crazy.
He played running back in high school and he was insane.
I know, but he's super fast, super big. He's gonna run him over.
Yeah.
Dude, the shot, like a screenshot of this draft out of context, is so
Yeah.
awful.
When I've got
So
Gary
confusing.
Bertier, I think I win the defensive battle. I think Gary Bertier go crazy.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
true.
Yeah, you definitely win the quarterback, James. I win the running back for sure. You kill the wide receiving core.
Yeah, I just got lucky with the spins, honestly.
I think I did well with my receiving core considering what I got to have to
Yeah.
choose with my receiving core.
I like the Ellie De La Cruz pick.
I did.
I would give him top 3 other sport position, like for wide receiver. I think John Morant, Anthony Edwards are the only 2 that I would put up over Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Eliezer wide receiver would be nasty.
I think I win tight end just because I have the only guy that's actually played tight end at our tight ends.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Although he has Batman at his tight end, so
That is true.
and you got to go to football at your tight end, so who knows?
Hey, Batman. He has not played Batman. What are you saying?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
Superman. My bad. Superman. I'm not a
Okay.
DC guy.
It took me. Well, I was confused there for a second.
I
I'm
forgot
like,
the
he did
name of the
not
guy
play
who played Batman in the last Batman movie, and I thought his name was Henry Cavill.
I can't remember the actor's name right off my bat, but I know he played Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter, and he played the vampire in Twilight.
Yes.
I forget his name, but I think he's Edward in Twilight. I think that's his name in Twilight.
Yeah.
But
He would've got a lot of
And
heat
I
if he
think
said that Henry Cavill
honestly,
was Batman.
I think you and I beat James in defensive battle.
Yeah.
That SWAT guy,
Oh, yeah.
that SWAT guy, put him at free safety. He's cooking.
Oh, for sure. If you just look at him, you know he's built, and you know he used to play back in the day.
He played
You know-
football. He was the middle school Toy Bowl champion MVP.
Oh,
You already
yeah,
know.
You know he was a god back in his day.
That's funny.
Before he dedicated his life to SWAT, he used to lay hits.
Yes, that's exactly. He was forcing fumbles left
And
and
Gary
right.
Bertier, before crippled, man was 5-star prospect.
Oh, for sure. I
But-
mean, Josh
Yeah,
Allen
that's pretty
not bad at all. Josh Allen.
No, I
is
love
really
Josh Allen.
good.
But we just turned our what was supposed to be our shortest podcast ever into our longest podcast ever.
Dude, that was like 2 hours.
It's an hour. It was only an hour and a half, surprisingly.
Okay, well, yeah, we keep saying they're gonna get shorter. They do this
No,
whenever
this
we're
is a
just
good length
enjoying
for a regular episode, but to say that
Yeah.
it was supposed to be a short episode and this was, yeah.
it. Well, I can
um,
take. We'll worry about it. It's okay. We're having fun. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed having Dallas on. That was a good podcast.
It was fun. I was very happy
We'll
to
definitely have you on when we do the. I think we're gonna have an episode dedicated to preseason for the NFL, talking about nothing but what each team needs to do coming up in the offseason. Probably after, like, towards the end of March, right before the NFL draft, we'll see like who needs to do what. Specifically our three teams, but we'll dive into what other franchises in need to do.
Yeah,
Also,
that'd be good.
I could help out with baseball a lot as well.
Oh yeah, if when we start diving into baseball, come April.
Season, I've already been watching all the things coming in from Arizona. I've been on it since I got there. They're looking good. Reds are looking beautiful. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness!
we'll definitely have you on.
Exciting
We'll
summer
do a
coming up for
preseason.
Cincinnati. I'm telling you, we're gonna
Oh,
be
that was
we're gonna be having a red October. Hey,
I'm
if the
looking
Reds
forward
make
to
the
it.
playoffs, we gotta go. If they
Yeah,
have a
we
home
gotta go to
playoff,
that
I'm
game.
down.
to go.
I'm down to go.
Yeah, I'm
Hopefully,
down.
they get the Padres in the playoffs. I would love that.
That'd be fun. That would be fun.
But
Well,
yeah, that's the end of today's episode. We will see you next week.